Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Silverman, a Senior Product Manager for Nikon, and I'm here with a first look of the D5200. If you're new to DSLR photography or you're upgrading from an older camera and you like to take family pictures or you enjoy traveling, D5200 is an ideal traveling companion. It's compact, it's lightweight, and it has a handy vari-angle tilting LCD screen, perfect for shooting high-angle or low-angle pictures. D5200 also has a 24 megapixel DX format CMOS sensor, meaning that it can capture richly detailed pictures with lots of fine details and vibrant color, so that when you're out recording video or capturing beautiful stills, those memories are preserved exactly the way you envision them. If you have kids or you like taking action pictures, D5200 can shoot up to 5 frames per second. This way you won't miss important moments. Now, in order to help you understand all the camera settings, D5200 has a graphic display on its LCD screen that lets you see at a glance the camera's shutter speed, the camera's lens opening, and the camera's ISO settings. This way you're always aware of what the camera is doing or what you might need to do when taking pictures or recording video. The D5200 comes equipped with the AFS Nikkor 18-55 VR. You know, D5200 isn't just for taking pictures. It can capture full HD 1080 video at various frame rates, including 60i or 30p for smooth playback on your HD TV. D5200 also includes a built-in stereo microphone on the top right here so that you can record recitals or family interviews with high-quality stereo sound. One of my favorite features of the D5200 is its ability to shoot stills or HD video using a special effects mode. You can shoot effects like miniature effect, selective color, or color sketch, and it's just a fun way to add creativity to your next family gathering or your family vacation. You know, one of the most popular things you can do with your photos is to share them with friends and family. Well, using the optional WU1A wireless mobile adapter that I've got attached right here to the D5200, you can easily transfer those photos to a smartphone or tablet and then share them much as you would normally by emailing or uploading them to your favorite social networking sites. Another of my favorite features using the WU1A is that you can take pictures remotely, meaning that you can fire the camera while looking at your smartphone or tablet. You'll see exactly what the camera sees. It makes it a lot of fun at parties and family events where you're always taking the pictures. Now you can get in the pictures.
Canon USA. Today, I'm excited to give you the details about an important upgrade offer for the EOS 5D Mark IV. We'll be offering Canon Log as a gamma option for the EOS 5D Mark IV. This will be an upgrade installed by authorized Canon service centers to any EOS 5D Mark IV camera. It will add Canon Log as an imaging option for video recording without changing any of the existing picture style options already in the camera. Canon Log has been well received in our high-end cinema EOS cameras for years and has only been available in a DSLR body until now in the EOS 1DC. Canon Log extends the range of tones and dynamic range in video footage, providing an even better source file from which to perform extensive video editing or color rendering in post-production. In the EOS 5D Mark IV, at Canon Log's base ISO of 400, you can get wider exposure latitude and a wide dynamic range of up to 12 stops. At lower ISO settings, Canon Log's dynamic range will be narrower. Basically, shooting with Canon Log Gamma will provide you with wider exposure latitude, wider dynamic range than the picture style settings already in the 5D Mark IV, such as standard, neutral, and others. Canon Log video files are 8-bit files and available for 4K and HD recording. If you record in 4K, it's at 422 and 8 bits. In Full HD and HD, it changes to 420 at 8 bits. Canon Log is designed to reproduce the entire tonal reproduction range of which the CMOS sensor is capable. It's not an alteration of an existing picture style. Instead, it remaps data from the sensor in a manner that ensures excellent tonal reproduction within both the highlight areas and shadowed or darker regions of a given scene. I want to make it clear that shooting with Canon Log enabled anticipates a post-production finishing process, meaning images will appear darker and flatter, but this translates into greater flexibility in the post-production color grading process. The final output is facilitated in a number of ways: by using color grading software to achieve a desired look, or you can simply use a Canon-supplied lookup table, or LUT, which is a type of color matrix used for converting the image's gamma and color space for the intended use. The bottom line here is that Canon Log will produce scenes with a wider dynamic range, better details in the shadows with less clipping of the highlights, and provides enhanced post-production color grading options. Your camera will basically be the same as before the upgrade. Canon Log is super simple to activate. With the camera in movie mode, navigate to Canon Log Settings in the menu and enable. I wish everything were this easy. Now you'll see a warning message that alerts you to possible noise in the image periphery when using peripheral illumination correction in combination with Canon Log. You may want to turn that feature off should you notice any. There are a few in-camera adjustments you can make to Canon Log images, items like sharpness, saturation, and hue. But for the most part, you'll want to leave those in default, unless you're after a particular look. Backing out of the menu to Live View, you'll see the Canon Log icon flashing on screen, reminding you that you're in log mode. Notice that the image appears flatter and darker. This is what you want. It's a characteristic of Canon Log. There is a View Assist menu setting included with this upgrade to change the dark and low contrast appearance of Canon Log video files to a more normal look while you view recording and playback on the camera's LCD monitor. View Assist adds a wide DR monitoring LUT to the LCD. This will not affect the internal recording, only the displayed image. And while we're on the subject, enabling View Assist does not affect the HDMI output. It will not have the LUT applied. And this is important and perhaps of special interest to those of you that like to record the uncompressed HDMI signal on external recorders. The HDMI output signal, which as a reminder is 1920 by 1080, will always include Canon Log Gamma when Canon log is enabled in camera. Looking at the histogram and filling the screen with an 18% gray card will reveal a difference in exposure when compared to the picture style settings. A metered middle gray in Canon log should fall at about 40% on the histogram, while standard should appear at about 50%. Again, this darker appearance is normal, and you should not deliberately overexpose your footage in most instances. As far as camera operation goes, be aware that Canon log requires manual exposure operation with the EOS 5D Mark IV. Any auto exposure video recording will require you to turn off Canon log and use one of the conventional picture style settings. Most other movie recording features, however, remain available, including all in-camera autofocus operations with dual-pixel CMOS AF. This includes movie servo AF to follow moving subjects and all the AF method choices. The 120 or 100 frames per second high frame rate movie recording at 720p is also possible with Canon log. Wi-Fi operation and control is unaffected, and 4K frame grabs remain available. The 8-megapixel JPEGs will have Canon log applied. And you'll be able to register the menu settings to the custom shooting modes, C1, C2, or C3, for easy access. There are only a few features which are not possible if you activate Canon log in the EOS 5D Mark IV. These include in-camera HDR video, time-lapse movies, and as I said before, any form of auto exposure or auto ISO. Peripheral illumination correction is not available in 4K with Canon log. The following image settings are not selectable when Canon log is active: picture style choices, highlight tone priority, and auto lighting optimizer. All these can be applied if you turn Canon log off. A few points I want to clarify about this upgrade. Adding Canon log to your 5D Mark IV will be a paid upgrade. A service technician is required to perform this upgrade. It's not a simple firmware update procedure, so it's mandatory to send your camera to an authorized Canon service center. A link is coming at the end of this video, so please keep watching to learn how to take advantage of this offer. I'm Rudy Winston. Thanks for joining us.
And filmmaker. We're in Iceland touring around shooting surfing and kayaking and just exploring the amazing landscape that Iceland is. It's one of my favorite places on the planet, honestly. Beautiful landscapes, magical spires in the ocean. You see everything from the velvety green grass to these like jagged rocks, to blue skies, to moving water, and pretty much every texture and color you can think of. It's like something out of a fairy tale. All these things just make for a phenomenal palette to start with. And my photography, I start with the background first. I specialize in what I call, in this sort of funny sense, big landscape, little person. And there's a fine line between that person being an element and being too small or too large. Our eyes see millions of colors, millions of textures, you know, all kinds of depth of field. I want my images to sing with those nuances as well. I want to show exactly how I saw it. So we just got here, we're outside of Vik, Iceland, and we're shooting a time lapse with the D810, the exposure smoothing. But the main purpose of today is to go out and shoot tight action stuff, but to maximize what we get, because it's a very short window. The sun comes up, beautiful light. We've got great sets of waves rolling in. I'm just really excited about what we can produce in a really short amount of time. Rock and roller.
Surfing in Iceland's amazing. You're always by yourself, and so the solitude and surrounded in this landscape, just the feeling is It's poetic.
Right now we're parked on the side of the road in Iceland, and we're going to be hiking up into that canyon where we found some good waterfalls to run.
We found this amazing waterfall, and we've been using the D810, shooting 2 cameras synced, and it's been amazing. Shooting 5 frames a second, perfect, because it allows me to pull out that decisive moment that in that sequence where Joel had the perfect body position, his kayak is the perfect spot on the waterfall, and it gives me a lot of options. I'm not only a photographer, but I'm a storyteller, and that's where the film comes in. To be able to go out and shoot 36 megapixel stills and then flip right over and shoot 60p and start shooting slow motion video on the same camera, have that amazing video to go back, shows the whole story.
I stepped off the edge and launched into the air, and that was just kind of the cherry on top of the whole experience. Is just like this moment of, like what an incredible place, what an incredible moment.
These trips, sometimes they're 10 days, sometimes they're a month long, and there's really like seriously moments out of all of those trips. It could be a few seconds or a few minutes where everything comes together.
Wow.
That perfect moment, that intersection of beautiful light, the action, and you have to be ready. It was instantly apparent that this new camera, the D810, was something special. And you look at the image and it's almost like you can feel the wind on your face. You can feel the sun on your back, and you can see every ripple, every texture, every nuance. And there's just something magical about that. And being able to show that in one single frame is unheard of.
If you're interested in buying one of these products, links to all the products mentioned in this video are in the description down below. If you like and found this video helpful, don't forget to give a like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.